gentlemen, I am Alonzo Smoke. We are here in the Haloball League for some Week 1 coverage.
Here in Anaheim, we are going to be witnessing the matchup between Team Fatal and Legacy.
We are in the Flying Dagger Cemetery, the Fatal home court arena, which means in the second and third quarter, we will have a trampoline in the middle of the field.
And who knows what type of shenanigans will entail.
And in today's matchup, we have a fully stacked roster from Fatal featuring Nate Meyer, Ryan Samuels, and Christian Radke.
You know, they are, however, without key player Liam Graham. You know, we're just going to see how that affects them today.
And that is a huge loss for them, but unfortunately for the opposing team, they are missing all of their players, Jimmy.
You know, you really hate to see it.
Today, for Legacy, you may be wondering who they're bringing out onto the court. That would be a team of 4 reserves led by Landon Bauman.
You know, Landon's a special player. You know, he's the youngest in the league by at least 10 years. And, you know, to see a 9-year-old in the Haloball League, it's just revolutionary.
And it's unbelievable how much he's playing up and the leadership that he's already stepped up to in the pregame, out here in the warm-ups, to lead his team into Week 1 of the Haloball League.
And with that, let's get started with the tip-off.
And the opening tip is off, and Legacy secures it.
Right away, we have some physical contact down there.
Yep, Luke missed that dunk there.
Let's go, boys.
And he dribbles.
You know, a rookie mistake. You know, Kai, he's new to the game, and you can see that there with that dribble.
Yep, as an alternate, you cannot dribble, and as any other player, you can still not dribble.
Ryan Samuels not hesitating to shoot that 3.
Yeah, he's pulling that thing. No questions asked.
Let's go, Legacy.
Oh, boy.
And Legacy coming out of the gates swinging,
Yeah,
showing high effort.
knocked it out of team captain Nate Meyer's hands there.
Ryan, a little shot fake off the tree. Back out to Meyer. Meyer doing the through the legs action, a classic of his. Ryan at the top.
And Zach, and JT, what I'm really excited to see today is who can win this physicality battle.
Yeah, I totally agree. You know, Nate's team captain, he's a guy that's been renowned for his physicality. And, you know, he's been talking some smack before the game. Let's see how he can do.
I completely agree. And it does seem like Fatal has a huge height advantage over Legacy here.
Yeah, Christian Radke stands in at 6'4". That is at least 3 inches taller than anyone else out there on the field.
Yep, and Nate Meyer's weighing in at around 185, and he likes to use those muscles. A huge block there from Christian.
You know, one of the huge concerns with Team Fatal is whether or not Radke will step up into that dominant role with that frame of his.
And there it was, 2 points for Radke on the alley-oop slam.
And then immediately comes around with the swatted pass, but it does not matter as Kai gets the slam down low for 1.
And early into this game, it's 2-1. It seems to be like another low-scoring game, Zach.
You know, Alonzo, I agree, but then you see Nate Meyer come in there with a righteous and trifling slam.
And I'm wondering, JT, who is going to guard Nate today?
You know, Legacy is down on their luck this week, missing 2 of their key players. They've got a bunch of reserves out there. So, you know, I'm looking at Kai to maybe guard Meyer.
Yeah. And can we get an update on what players we're missing from Legacy this week?
Yeah, you know, we're missing Emmett Healy, number 49, the third-round pick out of NC State. He's a high motor guy. Legacy's really missing him today.
Yep. And I also see that we're missing Pete Schaefer, which was the 2nd overall pick in this year's draft. A huge loss out of Santa Clara for this Week 1 matchup.
Oh, and it seems as if there's one more missing. Ali Romani, 5'7", 140-pound, strapped, McBacked Ali Romani.
Yep. Word on the street is Ali is strapped.
That is what they say about Ali.
And unfortunately enough, there is not a single player on Legacy that attended today because the team captain, Kevin Bauman, is out with morning sickness.
You know, when you've got a captain like Bauman leading a roster, you know, how much are his guys going to want to play for him if he's not even going to play for himself?
I agree. And the score is 4-1 Fatal here. It's still a close game. Many expected this one to be a large blowout.
Ryan on the transition gets the ball swatted away from him. Was not going for the ball there.
Fatal retains possession though, as Nate starts back up this half-court offense that is causing huge problems for Legacy.
Ryan is really not hesitating to take those threes.
And Nate wanted defensive goaltending there, but didn't get it from the referee. Wow.
What great contact taken from Meyer there.
Did you see the way he just took that bump? Similar to Christian Braun in these recent NBA Finals. Took the bump, got that shot up. Beautiful.
Yeah, through contact. That's what he's known to do. As he grabs the rebound here, corrals it to Ryan.
Oh, boy. And that's an uncontested dunk.
Yeah. You know, some might call it a travel. Others might call it a beautiful slam.
To me, that one was clean there. It looked like 2 steps.
Here we have the rebound. Kai, offensive rebound, over Radke.
Wow. And it seems as if Legacy isn't even really trying on offense. They seem hesitant.
You know, Legacy's fourth man today, Landon, we can see him bouncing over there on the sideline on the trampoline, not really putting much mental into this game right now.
Yeah, it seems as if Landon is in his own world over there, just boinging up and down.
I mean, I will say those are some great bounces.
I can't say enough good things about those bounces from over here.
With that being said, though, speaking of bounce, we've got to talk about Ryan Samuels and the lack thereof.
Yes, it's completely non-existent from that man. We got a foul on the field.
Nate will be headed to the line to shoot 1.
And free throws here are very interesting in the Haloball League. It is worth 3 points as everybody stands outside the 3-point line. The second he releases that ball, everyone can come in for a loose ball.
And that is something that we've never seen in any game before. So we're going to see how that pans out.
Huge block from Nate there.
Could not corral the ball on the ground, though, leading to a Legacy shot, and is fouled by Meyer as he struggled to get back.
Oh, that was a goaltend. That's 2 points for Legacy. It's a 6-3 game. That was a goaltend. But interestingly enough, Zach, that was a 3-point shot, but it's only worth 2 because all goaltends are worth 2.
You know, that's just very disappointing. If I'm team coach of Legacy, I got to smack some discipline into my guys.
Yes, but after the first quarter, it being 8-3 fatal, it's a great game for Legacy to maybe sneak one out.
Yeah, you know, Legacy, they do have some dogs. You know, you can't count out Zeke, man. He'll get hot, he'll get streaky, and just before you know it, it'll be a tie game.
And I think we should send it over to the sideline now to get a word from Zekeman.
Thank you, boys. I am ecstatic to be here with Legacy member Zekeman. Zekeman, how do you think that first quarter went down for Legacy?
It wasn't too bad. I mean, we got to watch the transition balls going around. They're very quick to their feet on the floor, and we just got to attack them pretty quickly and go from there.
You know, I completely agree. And you know, if I was the captain of the team right now, what I would tell you guys is keep fighting, keep fighting, hands up on D. You know, and just fight the good fight, and you got this. Yeah. Boys, back to you.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, for coverage of the second quarter of today's matchup between Fatal and Legacy. So far, it's been a one-way show as Fatal has taken over 8-3 throughout the first quarter.
And Jimmy Terror, I got to ask, what is in the middle of that field?
You know, Alonzo, it seems as if there's a trampoline in the middle of the court. And, you know, that's just what the cemetery is known for.
Yep. Every arena here in the Haloball League does have a prop that heavily influences the game. And here in Fatal's Flying Dagger Cemetery, it's a trampoline in the center of the court on the second and third quarters.
And we're into action here. Radke.
Oh, my.
Big on
Kai. He raises up with that 6'5" frame to get an easy dunk.
And here's Landon. Oh, swatted by Radke.
Oh, boy.
You know, Landon is in the game now, and, you know, we have his specialty in the middle of the
Oh! Luke with a major slam! Hum diddly dee!
Holy Don Hanagaloogie, Luke!
Oh my, Luke, you can hear that one from Antarctica!
And Nate with the trampoline jumper would have been absolutely great had it not been goaltended by Landon.
And that was our first sight of the trampoline use, and Luke gives us another
one.
one.
And right again, we have straight to the trampoline action. Oh my goodness! Some great transition play there from Ryan Samuels. What a great pass.
A huge 2-point alley-oop as Zekeman gets swatted into the moon. They want a foul, but they could not get it.
Nate, not hesitating, wanting the hero play. He takes a 3, air ball.
Ian is not much of a shooter there.
Ryan doing the same thing. Ryan 0 for 4 from beyond the arc today. Just
Oh,
not his day.
And Jimmy, what is this? The crowd is chanting Landon. They seem to want a shot from Landon.
You know, I think it's just because the tramp is there in the middle.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh boy, Zekeman starts up the offense and it's out to Landon.
Here's Landon. The shot from the alley is off the back iron, rebounded by Christian.
And you got to like that shot from Landon there. You get the open space, you got to take
The
it.
lob to Ryan is no good because he's not a vertical threat whatsoever. I don't even know if I could slide a cardboard box under those feet.
I'm not sure a cardboard box is going under, Jimmy.
Here we have Zekeman. The perimeter shot, back iron. They're running. It's Ryan. Back out to Meyer. The trampoline shot, no good. Rebound Radke in the putback.
And that's 2 points. Radke was in the air there, so that counts as an alley-oop.
And, you know, to all of the Radke doubters, I would just like to say, you have been proven wrong. You know, Radke has been gone out there today and played with that grit that many thought he wouldn't play with before.
Radke doubters, you heard it here first.
You have been proven wrong. You know, Alonzo, I'm taking a look at this defensive set right here. It seems as if they're in a 1-2 zone on Fatal. The lob.
Oh, and Zekeman takes a big spell.
Oh, my goodness. You got to wonder if his buttocks is okay after that one.
That looked like Aunt Jemima's iced tea on a Sunday night.
Oh, my Lord. Somebody call Jemima.
The way that thing just poured out right onto the floor. Jimmy, oh, you got to love that.
And Radke gathers it. Nate, considering the tramp shot, he decides to opt for the regular three instead. Rebounded by Kai to Luke, the Tiki Taka.
Luke checks
Air
it
ball.
up. That's
Pat by Meyer. Corralled by Samuels. He tries to take his steps and run off the tree. Gets absolutely babied right there. And luckily maintains possession of the ball.
You know, and although, Jimmy, this is not a close game, I'm looking to see what this Fatal team can do in terms of ball movement, because I think that's going to be key in their tougher matchups this year.
Alfonso, I can't agree with you more. You know, Fatal's passers, they're mediocre at best, if I'm being completely honest. You know, they didn't score too highly in the combine.
Yes, completely agree. And one thing I want all the people viewing at home to know is Legacy was in the preseason rankings, the bottom ranked team in the league. So I don't want to take this Fatal win as, you know, anything too serious.
You know, I agree with you, especially because, you know, they've got 3 reserves out there against Fatal's starting lineup.
You know, this feels more like a preseason game, but I'm just glad to be here and see Haloball League action back in stock.
And, you know, there's a moment where I believe Radke could have went up and just completely yammed on whoever stood in his way, but he takes the passive route, dishes it to Meyer. You know, it does get him an extra point, but does it look as cool? No.
It doesn't look as cool, but I'm all about the efficiency and scoring those points when you can get them.
Totally agree.
For 3!
And Ryan knocks down his first triple of the game, making him now 1 for 6.
Oh, boy, Jimmy, I feel quite lucky today. That was like a solar eclipse.
Very rare indeed.
You only see those once in a good moon.
Nate tries to get him with the ball fake.
Oh, boy.
Does not budge and chucks up one of the worst shots I've seen today.
That might have been one of the worst shots I've seen
Samuels
this
for
year.
3 again. Let's see if he can ride the hot hand, and it is no good.
Oh, Luke with the finger roll that just rolls off the front of the rim, and that ends the second quarter.
We're headed to halftime, folks.
Welcome to our Haloball League halftime show. I'm Craig Datz.
I'm Todd David. And I'm Bingo Sharpie.
What'd you guys see out there?
We saw an absolute spark plug out of Landon in that second quarter, bringing a huge block, boosting up the morale for the team.
It seemed that happened right after Nate Meyer blocked him. I wonder if he, gained a little bit of competitive energy after that.
And Craig, I'm not sure that that's where it was getting.
And ladies and gentlemen, the third quarter just jumped out to a start.
We are underway here in the Flying Daggers Arena, popularly known as the Cemetery by the fans. And immediately, a shooting foul on Radke after the steal.
Does he opt to go on the trampoline to shoot his free throw?
Will he step onto the trampoline to shoot the free throw? You know, that is what you just said. Sorry.
It is what I said, and it is what he did. Oh, Lord.
You know, this is something we've never even seen before. A free throw. Oh, he steps off.
Steps down. Very disappointing.
Not quite ready to make that move and leap in Haloball bound.
It may have been Dylan Samuels, the ref, telling him to get down.
We nearly saw the trampoline lob there. That would have been truly special.
And Jimmy, what do you think we could see from this trampoline going forward in this season? How could it be used?
You know, Alonzo, you could see a guy like Ryan Samuels, for example, who doesn't have a high vert to begin with, utilize it in order to throw down some massive posters.
And Jimmy, I'm going to do you one better. I don't think a guy like Ryan Samuels is going to be seen on that trampoline much.
Well, you know Ryan Samuels. He's a wild card. Whatever you get out of him one day, it'll be completely different the next day.
And mostly it stays under a line that you could draw kind of in the sand that you could call par. He's always under that line.
I wouldn't agree more, Alonzo. As we see a goaltend seeming to be a common issue for Team Fatal.
Yeah, I think if Fatal cannot work out the goaltending issues, it may lead to a loss in tonight's game.
One person we have not seen perform any goaltending violations is Ryan Samuels. That could be because he's not tall enough or able to jump high enough to hit the ball.
Jimmy, I think that's some great analysis here in the booth, and I completely agree.
But a guy like Ryan is very versatile on offense, especially when you've got the tallest guy.
Oh!
What a slam in transition there by Luke.
Good Lord!
Stolen by Kai. Luke again in transition. The Magruder.
Oh my
gosh. By Kai.
He shooter Magrudered that thing into space.
And that is absolutely just grabbed by Nate Meyer before it even had a chance to get off his hand.
Oh boy, he wants the poster. He's lurking for it.
But he does recognize that an alley-oop is worth double the points. He tries to hit Radke, but to no avail.
And terror. You know what I think I saw from Nate there? I saw him pulling back that tenacity he normally brings, and he's trying to build up his teammate, Christian Radke.
I couldn't agree with you more, A-Smoke. You see a guy like Christian Radke, he's a developmental prospect.
Yeah, and I think Nate's key goal in this game is to try and build that up.
Especially when you're in a game against reserves. You just got time to work on what you've been working on in practice.
And Jimmy, can I say I'm very impressed by Luke out of Legacy this game.
Yeah, no, previously unknown to the Haloball world, but has stepped onto the scene today. And Ryan in transition, could he dunk it? No! And he lobs it to Meyer. Meyer could not throw that one down. The wide open lob.
Oh, Kai goes up?
Kai sent down to the ground by Christian Radke.
Oh, good Lord!
Some might
tombstone!
Some might say Christian Radke is too big for him. But he will shoot too.
And you got to think that Kai's parents, maybe be visiting, bringing some flowers to that tombstone in a couple weeks.
Yeah, especially that, that one uncle who's rarely seen. He's definitely showing up to that tombstone too.
That uncle may make a Thanksgiving or a Christmas, but you don't really see him other than that.
Rumor has it that uncle will be declaring for the 2024 Haloball draft.
It'll be interesting to see how that pans out, Zach.
As we have down below, we got Kai working on Meyer. Dishes it out to Luke.
Luke seems to be assuming that team captain role from Landon, who's found himself on the bench in this third quarter.
Even with the tramp out on the field, Landon's contribution still might not be enough for Legacy right now, as the trampoline is not underneath the basket directly.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting how that trampoline will be used this year, if it always stays in the middle or if we see it shaded towards different sides in certain quarters.
I mean, yeah, the designers of the Flying Daggers Arena, they've got changing ideas all the time.
Completely agreed.
As Meyer misses the three.
And interestingly enough, we had an inside report from Melanie Aboud today talking about Christian Radke's diet habits. Care to speak on those, Zachary?
I have heard through the grapevine that Christian Radke does consume a 1,500 calorie smoothie on the nightly for his bulk.
And I've even heard that he dedicates that smoothie to Alex Hormozy, his business guru.
Oh my goodness, get that out of here!
That's what
not in my crib!
Feeds it to Radke in transition for the slam!
Others have said that Christian Radke... Oh my goodness!
Get out of my paint!
As he yells,
not out of Myers' paint! Again!
Oh my
wow,
gosh.
That's 3 consecutive. He wants the 3 now. He's going to shoot that.
This could be an early candidate popping out for Depoy.
And Ryan tries to sneak behind and grab the dunk, but it is no good.
Good Lord, and you see the faces of Legacy after this third quarter. They seem absolutely demoralized, Jimmy Terror.
Mr. Smoke, I've got to ask you, how Can you see Legacy coming back and winning this game?
I just don't see it. The only thing I see right now is Nate Meyer heading to an interview in 2. We're live.
Thank you, boys. I am actually here with Ryan from Team Fatal. This seems to be a grueling matchup, Ryan. What are your thoughts for your first game of the year?
This isn't a fair matchup. We are very much better. And also, Nate literally owns the paint. It's his paint. Nothing much. Nothing more.
That's interesting. I heard some jawing from the Legacy team captain at your captain. What are your thoughts? Just give me your thoughts.
I think that the captain of the Legacy shouldn't be talking if he's on the game.
I don't agree with that. Back to you, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we step into the third quarter of action here today in Flying Dagger, we see that Fatal has actually taken on a reserve for Christian Radke.
And this is very interesting. We do not know his name. For now, we shall call him... Jimmy, what are we calling him for the rest of this game?
I am perfectly okay to call him Sully.
Sully?
Yeah.
I as well am perfectly okay to call him Sully.
Here we have the lineup. Landon is back out on the floor with no trampoline, surprisingly. There is a stat that Landon averages 15 more points per game when the tramp is out there.
It's really disappointing we don't get to see Landon bouncing around on that trampoline, but the crowd is really engaged seeing the elite point guard out of Cemetery Middle School.
And all I've seen today is just an absolute defensive masterclass. Oh, Ryan! All I've seen today was a defensive masterclass from team captain Nate Meyer, as he does goaltend one there, knock on wood.
And that's 2 points for Landon. You gotta love seeing those points on the board.
Those will show up on the stat sheet, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely. And Sully kicks it to Samuels.
Samuels has been telling reporters that he does want to get an in-game dunk, but clearly the opportunity has not opened itself up.
And I did hear, JT, that there's a long list for the Make-A-Wish, so it does seem as if Ryan may not be getting that dream anytime soon.
And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, it is only an 8-point game as Meyer takes it with a nice lay to the rack for 1.
That cuts the lead. No, that extends the lead to 10, JT.
Here we have Landon on the outside. No good. Rebound Meyer. Hits Ryan deep. Off the line, Meyer comes swinging in. The lob to no one. Here's Sully! And Sully with the jam!
Oh! He brings the jump!
Oh my goodness!
Don't try that, man. I'm telling you. I'm trying to say. Becky.
Nate says, don't try that.
And it seems as if we have an exchange of words between 35 on Legacy and 0 on Fatal.
Luke hits a clutch 2-point bucket. We've got a game on our hand,
With
folks.
the step back laser beam with no arc. Ryan does save it before it goes out of bounds. Finds Meyer in the high post again. Here's Sully down low!
Oh, Sully!
Oh my Landon, how does it taste?
Oh! That one tastes like spaghetti!
Oh my goodness! Extra marinara on that one!
Oh, waiter! Bring it in!
If I'm Landon, I don't know what's stopping me from getting up and leaving the league.
I mean, first you gotta leave a tip.
First you gotta leave a tip for that spaghetti, Landon off the front iron. Rebounded by Nate.
Oh, Ryan takes an errant shot. Not a good possession there from Fatal.
Air ball by Luke. Ryan in transition. It goes right past him.
And out of bounds.
It seems as if Ryan tripped on his foot there. Maybe an uncoordinated move there by Samuels. And Luke to the
goes up.
lane. The reverse is no good and a foul.
Great body control out of Luke there. Twisting the ball above the rim, under it, and getting that shot up there.
We have not seen any made free throws today, folks. So maybe that'll change here with Luke.
See if we can get it.
And instantly caught in stride by Meyer on the fast break and thrown down with authority.
Oh, good Lord, this man is running for office with all that authority.
Oh my goodness. And it seems as if no one was guarding Luke there on that shot. He does not make it though. Sully in transition, swatted out by Zeekman. What a great defensive effort.
Sully knows how to scrounge for those loose balls, gets it out to Samuels.
You know, Sully has been playing against Landon for years now. The two have gone back to high school together, actually.
The Sully-Landon rivalry goes really deep. Zach, can you shed some light on what we've seen in these past few years?
You know, 4 years ago, we saw them hey! Ryan Samuels with the yam! Oh my
Lord.
goodness! Rim will be shaking for another 30 minutes after that one. And Meyer with the floater for 2.
That was a three-pointer right there.
Back to what I was saying. You know, Landon and Sully, their rivalry is very saturated, might I say.
Oh boy, this is some ugly passing here. Turnover after turnover after turnover. But let me hear more on this rivalry.
You know, for years now, the two have been rivals. Whether it comes to Haloball, whether it comes to school, you know, whatever it is, the two will always go at each other's necks.
And we got a timeout from Legacy. I remember one contest in the National Spelling Bee where Sully and Landon, they went at it for hours.
You know, Landon couldn't stop getting him right. You know, and it sadly did come to an end when Sully could not spell the word prestigious.
And it was right before it, Landon had a huge one with ammonia.
Oh yeah, you know, he just knocked that down like it was butter.
And speaking of butter, Luke has been hitting shots all day long with that smooth, buttery stroke.
You know, Smoke. I gotta love that call right there. The smooth, buttery stroke. It's just so lovely to watch.
Alonzo, 30 seconds left in this game. I just am really excited for the future of this league with me and you at the booth.
Yeah, you know, I am a little bit confused as to why you refer to yourself in third person, but we're gonna roll with it. You know, if I want to call myself Alonzo, I'll do it.
And we get a foul as the time nearly expires. Fatal is up 15. This one is all but over.
You have to be out earlier. I just take it after him. Promise it's short.
We had some chatter there with a Fatal player, Nate Meyer.
It seems as if Fatal is too busy trash talking and not busy boxing out. Led to a free dunk there for Kai.
I saw him exchanging words with team captain Ben Gordon of Dynasty on the sidelines. I can only imagine what they were saying. Will we get something
Ryan!
magical?
Oh, get that out of here!
Zeekman
Give
says
him that blueberry jam!
no! One blueberry jam, please!
Spread it across that whole wheat toast, baby!
Oh!
And with that, Fatal comes out with a convincing victory. And it is all thanks to none other than player of the game, Nate Meyer. Nate, I personally was not bought into the pre-draft hype, but boy was I impressed with that masterclass that you just put on defense.
And Nate, Alonzo Smoke here. I want to hear more about what you did out there to create so much success.
You know, me personally, we were going against a shorthanded team. You know, the 3 best players on Legacy, they were all out, and I really had to just get in my head and really get hyped mentally and get a little edge by just going out there and dominating and really showing it to the people.
Great response, Nate.
And you know, I have also got another question for you. You know, your teammate Christian Radke. There have been many questions and concerns about whether or not he can step out there and be dominant. And I saw many times you feed him the ball first before taking it yourself. So what's the mindset on that?
You know, I think Christian Radke can be the most dominant player in this game. All I've wanted for this man is to be the MVP of our league, and I really think he can do it. He's 6'4", nearly 200 pounds. This man is meant for Haloball.
Ladies and gentlemen, the defensive maestro, Nate Meyer, is here to stay.
I am Alonzo Smoke.
And I am Jimmy Terror.
And we are signing off Haloball League Week 1, Game 2.